Let's continue to problem number 10. I want you to solve the following equation. I want to be able to, if you guys notice on this equation, I have a base on the right hand side. The x is the exponent. So I want to get rid of the base so I can start solving for x. The opposite of a base is a log. I'm going to do log base 2 on the right and on the left. This automatically cancels, which is very nice. 3x plus 9. This doesn't cancel. I want to be able to simplify this. Just like on problem number 1, I'm going to rewrite the 8 as the log base 2, but instead of the 8, I'm going to rewrite it as 2 to the third power. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. That cancels, so 3 is equal to 3x plus 9. And I can just solve the equation. I'm not going to move my 9 to the left, becomes a negative 9. That'll be a negative 6 is equal to 3x. Then I'm going to divide by 3. That cancels. So it'll give me x is equal to negative 2. Problem number 11. On problem number 11, we need to solve, and because it's a log problem equation, we want to be able to make sure that the solutions that we get are correct. We need to be able to see if we have any extraneous solutions. We draw the line. I have 2 logs on the left hand side. So I want to be able to combine both logs into one before I start. Some of you guys are doing a big 2 here, a base of 2, base of 2, a base of 2. That's not correct. You can't. You want to be able to combine both logs, condense it into one. So now we have 1. There's a positive in between. That means I need to be able to multiply this out. If there's a minus, you'll have to divide it. If there's a plus, you multiply. So I'm going to have v times v will be v squared. V times negative 2 is negative 2v. And that'll be equal to 3. Now I want to get rid of the log. The opposite of a log is a base. So I'm going to exponentiate it to base 2. That cancels. Now I have v squared minus 2v is equal to 2 to the third power is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. Now I end up with a quadratic equation. To solve a quadratic equation, you want to make it equal to 0. So v squared minus 2v minus 8 equal to 0. Now we can try factoring it. If we can't factor, then because this is even, we can complete the square. We can also always use the quadratic formula. But it is much easier if we are able to factor it. So the factors of v squared are v and v. The factors of 8 are 8 and 1, 2 and 4. I mean, it's 4 and 2. I need to end up with a negative 2, so that 4 has to be negative, this has to be positive. From here, I'm just going to use my t-chart. My zero product property. My zero product property tells me that I can, because it's equal to 0 and they're multiplying, that v minus 4 is equal to 0 or v plus 2 equal to 0. I'm going to solve, move my 4 to the right becomes a positive, move my 2 to the right becomes a negative. So v is equal to 4 or v is equal to negative 2. I want to be able to double check to make sure that both solutions work. If I plug in a 4 in here, 4 minus 2 is positive 2, so it's fine. If I plug in a 4 in here, it's just 4. As long as I get a positive number, it's correct. If I plug in a negative 2 in here, it's negative 2 minus 2 is negative 4. You cannot take the log of a negative number, so that's not correct. The only solution is 4. On your test, if you give me both, you only will get half of the credit. You want me to mentally check, or you can just check on the side. So let's check the 4. It will be 4 minus 2. It has to be bigger than 0. 2 is bigger than 0? Yes. Let's check the negative 2. That'll be negative 2. Instead of the v, I plug in a negative 2. Minus 2 greater than 0. Is negative 4 greater than 0? No. Now let's continue with the back section. Let's continue with problem number 12.